Hello, it's Bunny Beck. I'm here to tell you that MCU has no purpose anymore. Okay, I know I'm not being super original with neither the idea or the subject. I just want to put my own point of view and opinion out there as someone whose life and likes and dislikes changed with time around and because of MCU. Every single step that they are taking, MCU is taking a more shaky and rigid breath, and I really don't want this genre to die. Imagine you have went through years of hardship, sacrificing your blood, sweat and tears to build something fabulous and glorious, and then someone comes along, is stronger than you I might add, takes that something and shits all over it with a fast, swift motion, paints it brown, gives it back to you and tell you with a smile to make it better now, darling. MCU keeps coming back, but the money that they invest does not, all because Disney. Ah, yes. Let's not forget about our not Lord and not Savior, Disney. The problem is that it's not a Marvel MCU problem like so many people paint it out to be. It's a Disney problem. They bought Marvel Studios and did the same thing they did with Star Wars, and they keep using and abusing these franchises until they die. Let me tell you that this is not an attack on MCU. We both know that DCEU has it probably, if not the same, much worse. I'm really aware of the flop that's happening over DCEU. This video, however, is about MCU. It pains me to say this, but this show must not go on. The story that they used to give us used to have a connection. It used to be years of dedication and subtle hints or scenes after the movie supposedly ended that made the audience have theories. It made us think and fantasize about the future of the shows and movies and wait for the inevitable to come. The Phase 1 led to Avengers, and the rest of them were basically about Infinity Stones. And Marvel also used to have a careful planning on how to reveal some stuff, and it knew how to take risks at the time when so many other companies didn't. Almost, and I say almost, anything can be solved with time travel in the MCU now, but because of plot, it just doesn't. The events that are currently happening in the MCU are being connected through Kang apparently, and not all of them. Like, there are bits and pieces here and there that connect them, but hear me out. I think they could have ended MCU and let it die with the endgame. And I don't mean that as a bad thing. I don't mean that they should have stopped giving us shows and movies at all, but look how far they've come with the right now quantum-ish vibe. It's okay, like, they used to have a winning, not so much right now, strategy and formula that used to work a few years back, but for the love of God, they're not letting it go now. There are too many unexplored areas that they're just not taking the proper risks to do them and go for them. Like, one of them being a gaming universe, which I want to talk about in another video, and how it can kind of happen for DC now that they have James Gunn. Another one could be that they could have taken notes and they could have focused on what worked better in the past and how they can adapt it in the present, but no, just no. MCU could have ended where it had the most shock and grief affecting the viewers and gone with so many other genres of good work. Aside from a gaming universe, they also could have worked better on the Marvel Netflix shows. And oh boy, Antman Quantumania. It was supposed to help us step into the next Thanos-like phase, but it just gave us a pure, huge disappointment. It was a red flag in the middle of our dreamy date and hopeful date with MCU, but Ant-Man 3 just came in, swooped our hopes and dreams, and ran away into the abyss. Kang got his ass whooped by ants. ants. Why? And I might add that they didn't even use Hank Pym as well as they could. And other characters like Janet and Cassie aside, cause Janet probably could have just ended the movie with explaining so many things in the beginning. But hey, no plot. I remember being so hyped for the movies and being sad if due to any reason I had to miss watching a movie. I would have even sacrificed my sleeping a little bit to get a chance to watch some stuff ASAP. Right now, I just don't feel that hyped anymore, and I don't think that's something only I'm experiencing. Disney must really think that their audience are going to be young or kids forever. And I mean that as like they have to be relevant to children or younger audience. They just have to pay attention to the variety of options on a box that they have to check instead of giving us genuinely interesting stories. Too many check boxes to sacrifice. And they also gave us too many content in less than 2 years for the phase 4, and it's not that we're overwhelmed by the shows that they gave us, it's that we're flabbergasted by how most of them were pure f***ing garbage. Remember when we used to have amazing stuff like Daredevil season 1 to 3? Yes, so many people seem to forget that from phases 1 to 3, Marvel had 5 Netflix series. Kinda good one too, a mixture of medium, really good and amazing stuff. But what about now? Their best move in the phase 4 was calling back on the nostalgia from the past. Junk food cinema. That's it. I said it. Junk food comfort cinema is what MCU is turning into. They can't grasp what they used to have back, and they're just relying so much on the CGI department, and they don't even pay the poor department a tenth of what they're actually worth. And I believe, that we're going to have the Marvels. Really hyped about that one. Yay! And I believe all that the Guardians of the Galaxy 3 did was it gave me a little bit of faith. But the upcoming titles, not so much. There are so many things being rushed for the sake of just giving us content and having our attention. Like, seriously, what is the reason for shoving content down our throat with such force? And like, is it a kink or something I don't know about? And also, I believe Eternals could have been an entire phase or even multiple phases on its own, focusing on each of the Eternal characters and the threat that looms over humanity, but they just decided to dump everything on the viewers in one single movie. And also after the Ms. Marvel, Secret Invasion is having the lowest amount of audience turning into watch it, like wow. And apparently the Marvels was so bad in the test run that they just have to delete most of the scenes and jokes. I don't think anything good is going to come out of that movie. I'm seeing a very, very bright future for us Marshall fans. Pardon my rudeness. And while the writer's strike is happening, the filming of Daredevil Born Again and The Penguin has stopped now. That actually makes me happy a bit. Like, they could sit down and genuinely think about what they're doing and rethink all the shitty decisions that they were about to dump down on my poor boy Matthew and restore some of his dignity back. And also, stay with me on this one. What is even the point of the Echo Show? Who asked? We have a ton of amazing female characters that are being demanded way more. All that will do with all the reports of the show being shot, reshot, and delayed so many times is probably ruin years and years of hard work that went through Daredevil Netflix and ruin the good work of so many people behind the scenes that they're currently trying to do. I don't understand how can a company with so many resources, money for research and experience can't see simple details like the fact that like their audience are mostly adult or young adult and they're interested in their shows and characters because of plot and character development. And even kids are really smart these days and they won't fall for low quality, cheap, half-assed work. And I also noticed something while I watched Spiderman Across the Spider-Verse. First of all, it was a really amazing animation. It was a really well-made film and I recommend all of you to go watch it. But aside from that, it has amazing voice acting, it has amazing art, and it has amazing love and energy and dedication put into it. Aside from that, like the hype that you felt and you'll feel during the watch it's so good. It's what Marvel used to give me, and I believe it's what MCU used to give so many of us, but it just faded away with time. It's not like I want to compare an animated movie with movies that have CGI in it. I'm just basically talking about how it felt, the energy, the vibe, how it made me wonder and have theories and thoughts about the next one. Everything, every single thing, from the character arcs to the soundtracks that they used for everyone, was just perfectly amazing. So I really want to know your opinion about this in the comments down below. Do you think that this is the end of MCU? Do you think there's still hope for it? Or should we just give up and look forward to other comic book related movies, shows, and animated stuff? I would like to know. Share it with me in the comments down below, and I will talk to you guys in the next video. Bye bye!
When they do what they do, and now I feel like taking off, find a place with a view. The pain is never gonna stop if it's controlling you. I know that time can heal it all, I just gotta get through. I just gotta get through, I just gotta get through. Cause I feel like taking off, find a place with a view. The pain is never